Hello users in YouTube land. So funny thing was I got through halfway doing this video and then it disconnected, but I guess I'll restart. So today I thought rather than doing a bunch of BJD stuff, and just randomly babbling about BJDs, I thought I would do something a little bit more personal and tell people a little bit about me. You know, you see those really famous YouTube users doing the Draw My Life thing, and I thought maybe I would do my own version of that with just kind of talking about my past and talking about who I really am. So let's rip this bitch open and get started. So I was born here in Utah. I was born with cerebral palsy. I think what I have. Leg problems, back problems, and bipolar disorder. So with the leg problems, well, they were too. My tendons were a little bit too short for me. So as I grew, they actually did not grow with me as much as they should have. And so I used to walk on my toes as a kid. Um, but yeah, I had 2 surgeries to correct that. And I still walk on my toes just a little bit, just like when I'm in pain. But other than that, I don't walk on my toes much anymore. And my back problems include, I don't really know. I just know that I have a ton of back problems. If you ever heard of Syrinx, it's like a little puddle of spinal fluid. And I used to have that. It cleared up though. It's practically gone last time we checked. And I do have a, I don't know what, spinal epiculta where, I'm not sure if it's, and I have spondylosis. So if you want me to explain either of those, just ask in a comment. But, let's see. So when I was about 3, this is about as far back as I can remember. When I was 3, my uncle, he wasn't really my uncle, by the way. He was, someone that was living with us. That was a friend of my mom's husband, who was all like my aunt, so I called him. So I call him my uncle, but he wasn't, and I don't know why I call him my uncle. But he did some touching of me sexually, and yeah. So after that, my parents always had sort of my real parents. They sort of had a rocky relationship, and when I was about 4, my dad left us. Um, and I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to like get through this. There's even more stuff to come, but yeah, I don't blame him, and I don't blame my mom. I know now. Like at first, I thought it was my fault, and I know it wasn't now. But like when you're little, you're that old, and you kind of think that because you think, oh my gosh, they're breaking up because of me. It must have been something. Well, I want to say to anyone out there watching, it's never your fault. It's not. There's no way that you could ever break up your parents, especially if they really love each other. It's always going to be their fault or something that one of them did or just the wrong chemistry or something. So please never think that. But yeah, he left and he really did make an effort. I'll say that. He did make an effort to see me. Yeah, not so much anymore. But I'll explain that a little bit later. So, fast forwarding a few years, my mom met a man named Gary in church, and I think it was a year or two later they got married. And he seemed like a really nice guy at first, an okay guy at least, not nice, but okay. And about a few months actually into the marriage, um, he started becoming a real jerk. And I only recently found out that he was abusing my mom. Well, he had been abusing me the whole time too, verbally and physically. So that was kind of a rough patch where it really sucked. And the thing is, I didn't start. I guess I had locked it all up into like this mental lockbox and totally just tried to suppress it. But I guess I don't know. I guess I just kind of. I guess at some point in my teens it just kind of came flooding out. Sometime in my early preteens probably it started flooding out. I don't exactly remember when it started flooding, but at the time I hadn't told anyone. And so one day he got caught. and it was, I think it was a few days after Christmas or like the week after New Year's. I don't really remember exactly. I know it was around that time, of Christmas, New Year's time. But my grandparents had been over, and my mom had left with them to go take them back to the airport to send them back here to Utah. We were living in Oklahoma at the time, and ish, so I don't remember why, but I went outside. I think I was trying to get the mail, but I went outside barefoot, and that just made him absolutely lividly furious. I have never, I don't know, it just made him absolutely furious. So, yeah, he ended up, you've ever been to Lowe's and see like the big little paint stir stick? He was actually chasing me up and down the stairs, beating my behind with it. And I was trying to run, and I don't know if I remember that much still, but I remember that my mom came home and caught him, and that she had been in rehab like a few weeks earlier, and that um, she had met a guy named Chris, who is my current stepfather. So yes, they did get married eventually, but I guess that she was just on the phone with him, and she ended up like asking him to what to do, and he told, "We'll call the cops." I actually didn't know that it was him who come and started calling the cops at first, but she did, and he ended up the divorce. He ended up divorcing her, but or they ended up divorcing each other. I'm not sure how it went, but yeah, we ended up with Chris, and he is. It was 3 years that he stayed with us before they actually got married. So yeah, he is now my current stepfather, and things have been a lot better. But sometime after they got married, we started finding out that my grandfather had Alzheimer's, and we ended up moving back here to Utah. And after that, let's see, we ended up moving back here. We ended up living with them, with my grandparents. And my grandfather, we called him Papu because it's Greek for grandfather, and I'm Greek. But my Papu was not doing very well in the last few years. And let's see, after a while, it got to the point where we had to have home and hospice, which is where like nurses come here, come and take care of them. But it got so bad, it was like literally, I think it was a Wednesday, he just randomly fell, or Wednesday or Tuesday. He fell in the bathroom, and I remember I had been nursing him the whole time, and so had my mom, and so had everyone in the family. But I felt like there was a really close connection, I guess, because I was like really close to him. But yeah, so after I had been nursing him, it was a Wednesday when he fell, and we found out that his kidneys were failing. So it wasn't the Alzheimer's that killed him, but on Monday, which happened to be Memorial Day, he always wanted to go out with Big Big, so very, it's kind of funny that he died on Memorial Day, but I just shifted positions, but when he did, he died around I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, but yeah, so I don't know if anyone out there believes in like spirits or ghosts or whatever. I really don't, but at the same time I do because I've seen it. But we all somehow got this feeling like we needed to wake up, and I just remember like waking up like knowing something was gonna happen. My mom claims that she felt someone holding her in like his ring. I don't know. So and heard him say it's time, and my stepdad Chris was actually holding him as he was dying. So I just remember going straight downstairs, and my mom being like, "Don't come down here." I was like, "Well, why?" And she was like, "Papu died." And I remember going upstairs to my room, and looking out the window and watching the hearse drive away with him. And I remember watching them bring up the body bag and bring up the hearse. Well, after that, that's when things started going really downhill for me. Because, as I said before, I'm bipolar, and I'm not just regular bipolar. I'm something called rapid cycle bipolar, which means that I get it much faster and much easier than other people with manic and depressions. So, yeah, there's kind of like, it got to that point where, I don't really know. And it just got to this point where I was so depressed about it. I started self-harming, I started cutting, but yeah, got to that really terrible point where I started cutting. I was having a really rough time. And yes, that's that really dark place, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. So, around 13 or 14, we moved to a current house, and I started having like flashbacks and hearing voices and all sorts of different things and hallucinating and stuff like that. Well, yeah, it turned out I was starting to remember things. Like I said, I locked everything in a little mental box, I guess, and it was starting to spill out. So, yeah, I was kind of in and out of mental wards for a while. Not necessarily mental wards, but like, you know what I mean, like hospitalizations to fix medications. So, yeah, that's all. I did, after a while, it got so bad, my depression got so bad. I was actually purging and cutting and all sorts of different things, but I want to say that it's never good. It's never good to suffer. I know everyone will say that, but like, it's just not. It's not cool. But yeah. So that was my own stupid mistake. I never told anyone, even because I didn't remember. So around 14, I started telling people and started remembering, and I almost felt like a liar. And to this day, I don't know why I had that feeling. I know I wasn't lying, but at the same time, I kind of felt like everyone else felt like I was lying because I hadn't told anyone. So all I can really say, again, I know I already said this, but if you're young and something like this happens to you, please tell someone. Please. But yeah, so, that's about all. I know that was a really depressing video, and I'm so sorry for that, but I thought it would be kind of nice just to kind of get it off my chest and actually post it here. See if maybe anyone else has been through anything, and please don't just post like, oh, you just want, attention. No, I don't. This video was mainly meant to prevent someone from being in the same situation where I am, where I'm so fucked up, and I try not to be, but it got to the point, like I said, I don't want anyone to get to that point. So it's kind of more of a prevention video, as well as an update, as well as getting to know me and my past, and knowing why I'm kind of like out of it all the time. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, I do have, I don't know. I know I'm like totally just running, probably because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning by the time I'm done with this. But I mean, I know I suck at talking, but again, I'm not trying to get attention. I don't want people to say, "Oh, poor you," or "I'm so sorry." I don't really care if you're sorry. I just want to make sure that this doesn't happen to someone else because I know that if I had have said something earlier, Gary wouldn't have got half our stuff and half our money, and my uncle wouldn't have gone on to try to hurt my cousins. But yeah, I know that, and the thing is, I know it's true because I know that he did the same thing to my cousins. Not really my cousins. Again, I have real cousins, but not these two. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, now I live with my parents, and I have 2 cute little dogs and the sweetest cat ever. So yeah, my only problem is trying to get over all these memories. So sorry. I mean, if anyone understands, it's kind of hard to talk about all this, but yeah. I thought it would be nice to just kind of like our strangers, who knows? So, that's the reason why I thought this. You know, I'm always saying like I'm always like not feeling well or like I'm always too tired. I have several issues, health issues like pancreatitis. I've had ulcers before. I have mild pancreatitis, by the way, not a big case, but enough that I, get sick sometimes. And like I don't know what it is. The doctors cannot figure it out, but I get like these migraines where I just like tonight I can't sleep from them. Um, it gets to the point where I go blind partially. I've had seizures from it yet. They said they don't know what's wrong. So I'm pretty much constantly tired from that. So if I always seem like I'm like out of it or tired, that's why. Yeah, let's see here. So now onto the fun part, BJD randomness. So as we all know, I recently got a new girl, and I'd like to officially announce that I am selling her just because it has nothing to do with, she's not faulty or anything. She's beautiful. She's perfect. I don't know. I fell in love with the long sole bodies, and long soles are so beautiful. And I figured out that I honestly wouldn't be happy with any doll that was no long sole, so I ended up deciding I'm gonna sell her. I'm gonna sell my old 3DS. But yeah, I'm gonna be selling those two. I'm not sure because I'm on a Den of Angels. I might have to do this up with my hair. Like terrible hair dye. I'm probably gonna sell them on eBay. Um, unless anyone out here wants them, but yeah. And I've got a new wig, some horns, which are actually technically resin cat ears, but I thought that they would look cute for like, if anyone's seen Elf and Lead, I'm actually planning the new long sole one. It's gonna be a long sole body within a Angel Studio head, so it will be an interesting. I'm hoping that it will match perfectly. I'm gonna be emailing Minton Card, which is where I'm buying them from tomorrow, just because it's so late. But and they also get them like their resin swatches on Thursdays, I believe. So yeah, I have to get them on my website. So yeah, I'm hoping that they'll match and they'll fit and that it'll look pretty. Oh my gosh! So I'm thinking of the sleep. Oh my gosh, the sleep. I mean, Angel Studio Amy head, I believe is what it is, and I think that was really pretty. I don't like the face up though, so I'm trying to consider if I should just try to learn how to do face up myself, or just get the default face up and just try to bear with it. I don't know the heck, but yeah. So in closing, I guess. First of all, again, I can't stress enough. Tell anyone if you're having problems, if you're getting bullied, if you're getting abused. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care if it's a freaking superhero. I don't care. You tell somebody. You tell an authority because I mean it can get so bad if you don't, and you'll feel like crap if you don't. I can guarantee that. And it will just get worse and worse until either like I did, someone finds out and you still don't tell, and then you freaking end up seeming like a liar or seeming like you're trying to make it worse than it actually is. Especially when it's not true. So I mean, tell somebody if someone's hurting you, or if you think even they're hurting your family, you need to tell somebody. Don't be afraid of the police. Don't be afraid to call them if something goes wrong. And yeah. And the other moral is that think you like a doll, or if you know that you're like obsessed, I guess, with one specific doll, don't settle for another one because you'll end up like me where you just want it out of your life. Can't really think of anything else. So I am actually getting the new one after my character Annika. So instead of Koneko, it'll be Annika because Koneko kind of got lopsided because Annika's like my favorite ever. I've had her since for almost 8 years now. I've had her. It's like a part of my roleplay legacy, and I've had her for almost 8 years now. So I'd like to be able to actually have a doll of her, so I can actually. That'll be nice. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, again, I have a really cute wig. It's from Little Monica. So I had never even heard of them before. Now, but I thought, you know what, I'll give them a try. I'll look up their stuff because I had seen their horns on a different website, and I fell in love with the cat ears, not horns. But I fell in love with the cat ear shape for Annika's horns, so I thought that would look pretty. So that should be coming sometime tomorrow. So I'll probably maybe do a box opening of that. I'm not sure because it's just like I think a wig, the ear horn thingies, and I think some strings, but I may do one. I'm not sure. And also, the girls got a new dress a while back. Like I said, I've been too damn tired to post a video, but they did get a new dress. It's really cute. But again, I'm getting rid of Kone, so I think I'm gonna not show that until I get Blythe restarted because. Okay, so when I got Kone, I got like three pairs of strings, and all three of them from Alice's collection were like an inch too short, at least, probably more. But they were so damn short that I couldn't restring her properly without her being like so kicky that it was like insane, or without me even being able to. So I ended up like at first I tried to take like one of the longer and one of the shorter pieces and tie them together, but I couldn't even move her. And so now she's got the really really thin ones that I meant for like USDs, I believe. So yeah. So I gotta restring her. Yeah, which sucks because I swear since I first got her, which was only back in August, last August, um, I've restrung her probably almost 10 times, probably, and that's not even an exaggeration. At least 10 times. Not all the time with new strings, but I do monthly wash her out just because, like, I don't know why, but like her resin gets really dirty really easily, and she like gets stained really easily. So yeah, she's a doll family age, by the way, so they're white. I, white resin, I heard stains really easily, so yeah. The sad thing is I am getting the new one in white resin, but it is a much more expensive white resin. So I'm hoping that it won't stain as easily. Because I'm in love with the white resin. Just because it's the only one from the two companies that match, and the only one that looks decent, and that actually matches Annika's personality. So yeah. I think that's about it. By the way, as far as spelling Kone, I may include a wig if somebody wants one, as well as probably some clothes. So if you're interested, PM me, or I'll probably post a link somewhere on my page or something once I get the stuff up on eBay. I have to get a few things before I do it on eBay because eBay's kind of blocked. Not because of anything, because my PayPal did something stupid, but I'll explain another video. So many times. This has been Kita on her own with I'll call this one BJ updates her and miss and stuff about me. So